questionable about the final experiment, and also 24-hour sun could be there anyway. But
well, you would agree with Lady Blunt from 125 years ago.
wait, who is she?
She was a contemporary of Rowbottom in England.
Okay.
He died, in the late 1800s, and she kind of took up the mantle. And so she wrote for 15 years, probably different things. She wrote a book. She wrote like a semi-monthly publication called The Earth. So this book, I put a screenshot or a picture of the book that I have called Zetetic Astronomy that she wrote, where she says testimony has been given and it's been seen. Oh, no, wait, where it is. Well, it's a big paragraph above there. It talks about the length of the day once you go far enough south, and then of course the midnight sun might be seen. So she's agreeing that there is a 24-hour sun. This is the page of the book that Eric DeBay put up in his video, saying that Lady Blunt gave a model for it. In fact, she did not give a model for it. Eric DeBay just blatantly lied about it. Put it on screen so that hopefully none of his gullible people would go bother to look up or read the words on screen that she did not provide a model for it. Insane that he had to put a screenshot or a picture of the book that I have called Zetetic Astronomy that she wrote, where she says testimony has been given and it's been seen. Oh, no, wait, where it is. Well, it's a big paragraph above there. It talks about the length of the day once you go far enough south, and then of course the midnight sun might be seen. So midnight sun might be seen, agreeing that there is a 24-hour sun.
Let's read what she actually said. She said, and so the midnight sun may be seen in the south. And she goes on to describe some sailors that played a deck of cards in the full sunlight at midnight. That wasn't necessarily proven, though. There was no images or, obviously they're not taking pictures back then with timestamps or anything. And this, she says, then of course the midnight sun might be seen. Testimony has now been given that it has been seen, and this testimony has been admitted in Zetetic literature. It doesn't, to me, sound like she's 100% believing the eyewitnesses of the sailors. She might be the first anti-truther. Using words like might and may don't seem very definitive to me. Seems like she's more looking for, more hard evidence.
Yeah, MC Toon, where were you really when you claimed to be in Antarctica? Where did you guys actually go?
We were at Union Glacier in Antarctica.
All right, how are you going to confirm you were there when you claimed to be there?
Well, have you looked at the videos on my channel? There's quite a few.
Yeah, none of them actually tell me that you were where you claimed to be at the time you claimed to be there.
Well, he was there.
So the live stream that I did while I was there, that's not good enough for you?
Hey, what do you have for the?
What about? Hold on.
I've been waiting. Plane tracking.
No, Gio,
stop it. Remember we brought that up, the plane tracking.
Are you really going to steamroll me right now, dude?
No, not at all.
I'm literally waiting. I've been waiting.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Right. So I want to know what you're using to confirm that you were there when you claimed to be there. Besides your, silly videos where you got all the things that don't make sense.
I live streamed from there. I can.
Yeah. Do you have anything like, I don't know? Where's your flight tracking data?
Well, that was published too. Here's the question: what will you accept? You tell me what you will.
Where
accept.
is it?
Tell me first what you will accept.
You just said that there's flight tracking data somewhere. Where is it?
Will you accept it? And if I give it to you, will you say yes?
Can you please give it to me?
No, I won't. I won't be sea lioned. If you will accept it, I'll provide it. If you won't, then I won't provide it. I will only.
Okay, so I'm asking you to provide evidence of where you were. You're refusing to give it to me.
I will only provide things that you say that you say you will accept. If you won't accept it, then you're just sea lioning. So I'm not going to trouble myself.
You have nothing then. All right, he's got nothing.
Hold on, Rob. Your mic's really bad, bro. Hold on. Well, let me just say the reason I brought up the flight tracking is because Jesse and I were talking about it, and we were, discussing it, and I was saying that it was tracked when you guys flew there, because wasn't it like it was like the top or one of the top tracked flights at the time? Because it's not like tons of people are tracking these flights. Maybe people check them out here and there, but because of that event, and it was somewhat larger with people, YouTube channels and all that, it was like on FlightAware or something. I forget the exact thing. Do you remember? It was like it was like either the top one, the one that got the most clicks, like top tracked flight or whatever. And so I was telling him about that it was tracked, and then I wanted to ask you, MC Toon, like, what is left of that tracking that you can offer to someone, to be like, hey, here's the data, now that it's after the fact. So that's why I wanted to know, like, what do you have for that? And then you could give it to him because then he could see it.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going to give anything to him until he declares that he will accept it, and that he will then say.
What if I
Okay,
have a reason
well,
to not accept it? I haven't seen the data yet.
Can he review it before he accepts it?
No.
Well, yeah, he's
So you
refusing
have to-
give it up.
Come on,
He
you
doesn't
have to,
actually
come
have
on.
the data. Now I have to presume that he doesn't have anything to present.
That's called pigeonholing MC Toon.
You got to let him consider it, but I'm just wondering what is left of that. Because I brought it up to him, and because I saw it tracked when you guys were going, I looked at it. We were all watching it. Some of us, we had it. People were posting it, links, all that. So I'm just saying, I saw it live, but I haven't looked into like, hey, if I wanted to tell someone this flight was tracked at this time, you know what I mean? I just didn't have an immediate thing, and I'm sure I could have gone and looked it up. But that's why I just wondered, like,
okay.
if that's part of their documentation that they say, hey, here's the tracking data.
All right, so I just wanted it to be very clear. MC Toon is gatekeeping what would actually be providing evidence of his claim. That's stupid. What are you doing?
Dude, it's a publicly tracked thing though, from like the you know.
Go look it up, lazy.
Yeah, matter of fact, I have looked it up, and I don't consider it to be flight tracking data.
Oh, then why would I ever? Good job for me not
Well,
bothering
I'll tell
to
you
find
why.
it.
If you can
Because
provide what you're considering, hold on, dude. If you can provide what you're considering as evidence of your path from Punta Arenas to Union Glacier, then present it, and then I'll determine whether or not I should accept it as evidence of your claim.
You won't accept it. I've been doing this for 8 years.
Well, whenever you want to present your supposed evidence, that would be nice.
There's the time lapse of the flight.
Good.
Here's the non-time lapse landing of the flight.
I mean, Jesse, I'm just saying it is like a publicly, you know, the whole military industrial complex,
Gio,
plane
please.
system, the whole thing.
Are you helping this guy?
It's
Hold
part
on.
of the commercial, you know, airline industry thing. So I mean, it's going to have all the tracking that they offer of any previous flight that's in their system. So it's going to have as much weight to you as whatever that system has to you that it was a real flight.
Well, you know, footage
Hold on.
of Union Glacier in a newspaper.
Yeah, I'm getting steamrolled. It's really annoying, but I'm gonna fight through it.
No, just go
So
ahead.
this video that you posted, MC Toon. So yeah, I understand that you want to make a claim that you filmed yourself getting off of a plane somewhere, but you guys didn't have access to the internet to actually go live when you claim to have gotten off the plane.
Bet you $100 I did.
This doesn't confirm that you actually got off the plane at the time that you claimed to be getting off the plane. Do you understand?
All right. There's the live stream I did while we were there. Now here's
Yeah, this isn't what I asked for. I asked for GPS data. Did you forget?
Hold on here. This is you can get $100,000 out of me. You know that?
Yeah, you could give me $100,000. I already debunked your model. You could do that.
All right.
But he doesn't want $100,000. All he wants is the GPS data, man. That's a lot cheaper, man.
Got it. Here you go. Here's 100,000. Or you just embarrassed the piss out
Everything
of me.
but GPS data. He's literally going all
That's
throughout
so
the
amazing.
but not sending me GPS data.
Don't accept the $100,000. Just embarrass me by taking this challenge here.
No, he
What's wrong
doesn't
with
care about
providing the
$100,000.
Yeah, Elbow, you see what he's doing?
Yeah,
I asked
that's
a
so.
specific question.
Okay. So now, when I send you the GPS data, what are you going to do?
I'm going to look at it.
Review it. Can we not review the GPS data?
I mean, you can if you just go look up ALE Punta Arenas
Gio, White Knight
Union
from the Toon?
Glacier.
I'm in the
What day
Twilight
it was? Hold on, bro. I'm just saying anyone can go Google and look it up. But it's is it December 15th? Punta Arenas to Union Glacier. Is it the 14th or the 15th?
14. We flew back on the 17th. So there's the flight data, the GPS data, the coordinates that he just pretended that he wanted for the flight back.
That's the flight
No,
back.
I wanted the flight there. What's wrong with you? The flight there. Are you listening?
Joe, I'm looking at this Icelander 1088, and I can only find one flight in FlightAware, and it's only from Argentina to Punta Arenas.
Yeah, MC2, do you have like the flight number or what? I mean, how would he look that up? Like what, December 14th?
I mean, it has a call sign for it, and there's only one flight in FlightAware.
Yeah, I don't know what call sign you're looking at, but
Well, the one that it says on the CSV file, man.
Yeah.
So have you not looked at this flight? Have you not looked at the CSV?
You posted the CSV, right, MC Toon? You should know what's on it.
Let me finish. Your
Right,
flight
MC?
aware. Is there a reason you can't let me talk? Your flight aware doesn't go back 9 months. You need a different subscription.
And can you post the FlightAware a screenshot of it?
I don't have a screenshot of the flight aware.
Yeah, you don't have anything.
Well, I do have the flight on the 17th, starting in.
I mean, you have this
Got a live
CSV
video.
that I can
Come on,
make
guys.
myself, dude. I don't say that I doubt that you went there, because I mean I was here with.
So I was
with,
asked for the data of the flight, and the data of the flight is provided in a CSV file or a KML file. I've posted both of them.
Yeah.
Have you ever tracked a flight before?
Have I tracked a flight?
Yeah.
This is what you're going to see when you upload the
Hold on.
KML file into Google
There you
Earth.
go.
All right, it's going to look just like that. That's called a flight.
Hold on, MC Toon. You know what it looks like when you look at a flight being tracked, right?
Wait, Icy Spin, where did you get that data? Is that from FlightAware that you just posted?
No, I imported his KML file into Google Earth.
Oh, okay.
Which is already your
Oh, well,
Google
look at
Globe.
that.
That's
Yeah, you think
awesome.
that's the direction your plane flew the whole time? You really think that's what happened, dude?
This is the data. This is the data. It's been imported into Google Earth. Take it or leave it. That's the
That's
data.
what you asked for.
I mean,
Yeah, you think
That is
that's
what you asked for. That's
representing the
hilarious.
path of the plane? Hold
Give
on.
me the
Now-
flight
now
data.
this is what
I
waited
gave you the
for.
flight data. I don't
This is
want
what I was
that
waiting
flight
for.
data. I want different flight data.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't say I would accept this bullshit before you presented it, dude. Look at that perfectly straight line. Take a good look at that path that the plane apparently took. And I want everybody to consider that they're on a globe following a great
Goodness.
circle route, and that there's
He doesn't
Coriolis,
understand it.
and,
He
shut up,
doesn't.
and
He
that
doesn't
there's a
understand
plane flying in a
Over his
straight line on a Coriolis globe. That's
What
what
was
the
that?
flight would
Enough
look
to
like
understand.
according to this guy.
What was I tracking when I was tracking FTE? Seriously, like what in
Yeah, this
your
is not what
opinion?
telemetry. Okay, so I've seen actual flights get tracked. They don't look like straight lines. Like, have you guys ever actually been?
Yeah,
on
they
a-
do.
Yes,
That's
they look
straight
great
as
circle
fuck,
route.
all of them.
It completely depends on the perspective of the image, dude.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Yeah, you can
No,
make
therefore
you
it's
can
not
take a
showing
path
you
and
the
look at it
actual
in different
position.
directions, and it
It's
can
not
look.
showing you the actual position of the receiver. It's not showing you all the discrepancies. It's just a straight line. Anybody could fake this, dude. Are you serious?
No, it is straight in real life. I've done it myself. It's straight as fuck, all of them.
Oh wow!
I mean, I
Planes
could
flying
get a
perfectly straight
CSV.
lines while heading south, while Earth
I
is
could-
rotating.
I could create
That's
a
a joke.
CSV. I could create
How many
a CSV.
straight lines on a sphere?
Hello?
Idiot.
I could
There's
create- I
zero
could
straight
create-
lines on a sphere on top of all that. That's right.
Like,
Chill
I
for a
could get
second.
oh my gosh.
My bad.
Like,
Elba.
I could get a piece of paper, I mean, a CSV file, and create this. I mean, this data doesn't really. I mean, you can make this yourself.
So you
McToon,
ask
I mean,
for the data,
you
you're
are-
given the
I'm
data,
not
and your
saying-
answer is
Dude,
nuh-uh.
McToon, I know
nuh-uh.
you went there, dude. I mean, well, I know that at least when I spoke to Winston when we were in here. But I mean, giving us this piece of paper, I mean, this could be created so easy. It could it not.
but with it couldn't
Welcome to the nuh-uh world.
I'm not
You're
saying
saying
that, but could it not be
Your
created, McToon? McToon, can you
your
not create this really easily?
Your evidence is
McToon,
nuh-uh.
a question, a software engineer to another software engineer. Can you not create this data real quick?
Of course it can be created.
Thank
but
you.
You asked for it, and I gave it. So it
fake as
depends
fuck,
on your
dude.
it depends on your standard of evidence. If you're going to say give me the data, and then you're given the data, then you say, well, the data could be faked. Then don't ask for the data, because before asking for the data, you should realize it could be.
Well, I mean,
faked.
I
Your
thought you would.
standard of evidence is
I would have
stupid.
thought you would have put in some telemetry data, not just some GPS coordinates.
What
with-
telemetry data?
Well, it's gotta
Like
be
real
this-
telemetry, like
right?
that actually shows you the position of your receiver.
Where would
not a
where would
straight
I have
line.
gotten that?
How would
Where
your
would I
plane
have
fly in
gotten
a
that?
straight line on a globe anyway, dude?
Where would I have gotten this telemetry data that you think exists?
You don't have it. You just failed to present it.
Where do you
Oh,
think
wait.
it would have been gotten from? Where
Why
would
do
I
I-
don't know. Maybe you brought a GPS with you or something, but you didn't, I guess.
Yes, they did. They plotted. You know that little thing that they did where they all wore a GPS and you could watch it on the Final Experiment website. Not so. Yeah, they did. They were wearing GPSs and was like
those-
tagging them.
Gio, for the things that we brought with us were active while we were on the ground in Punta Arenas and while we were on the ground in Antarctica. But while we're on the flights, it just takes the flights.
So yeah, but isn't there like I hear you on that? Isn't there like official foot? I hear you. So they would have just jumped. I remember we tracked it though when it was going. Somebody was posting the links and we were all looking at it. So
Yeah, and
it was tracked on like FlightAware. But isn't there like official data from the system as it were that is just accessible, or do they not save that? Like just the fact that you guys went on December 14th, did they not save it?
So Monkey Cat Pat Pat posted pictures that were taken with the GPS units, and so all of those ones like where you see North America, South America, those are just the flights. So they programmed in to their system the flights that we were all taking, because we all sent them to Will ahead of time. Like he asked me for mine, but he had most of the rest of them already. So he's like, well, what, tell me the flights that you're taking so that I can add it to the system. So I didn't get my GPS unit until I was in Punta Arenas, but you can see there the flights moving around. That's just the flights. That's just saying, oh, well, he's on flight whatever from Miami to Santiago, and here's where it is in real time.
Yeah.
And so you can see
I got you.
the first one, there's me, and then I think underneath my bubble is Will's bubble, because we were both in the air at the same time.
Well, people want to know the Punta. I mean, these guys are kind of more asking for the Punta Arenas to Union Glacier, because anyone who's trying to be skeptical, that you guys didn't go. That's the one they want to see. And all I'm saying is like, is
So-
there official searchable? I remember it was tracked live when you guys went. We were posting the link to it. I realize it's just as far as a website is claiming it.
Yeah. So
But-
when you go to FlightAware and you say, give me the raw data, the tracking data from the flight, from FlightAware, it'll give you a KML file. I posted the KML file.
Gotcha. All right. So that is from FlightAware.
That's all you get is a KML file, which has data in it. Which if you
Okay,
want to,
gotcha.
it's just text. That's a JSON file.
And that's what they give you. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
That's all you
Yeah.
get.
I mean,
So what would one person expect? Give me the
I guess
the
there is-
data. This is the freaking data. That's all you get. Of course,
Earth is
yeah,
rotating and there's
there's wind.
crosswind. That's
So
why
crosswind
typically flight data reflects all of the different directions that the plane flies in. It's never a
Yeah.
perfectly straight line. So
And
what
that's
you're
what
calling
you're seeing
GPS data is truly not. It's just some weird
So you're
flight
adding a
tracker.
qualifier. You're saying a
Yeah, it's
perfectly
not
straight
real
line.
telemetry
They try
data.
to maintain.
Can you
they
stop
try to
over
maintain a
talking? I
perfectly
waited for
straight
everybody
line.
to stop talking.
Yeah,
Shut up.
he's committed
So
to.
this is not real telemetry
debunks.
data.
This debunks flat Earth. That's why he's fighting it so hard.
Ideally, it's a perfectly straight line. That's what they would like it to be, but there are deviations due to whatever causes deviations.
Coriolis, crosswinds. You need
just
to get
think-
better data. This doesn't reflect
You have-
the path that you're
You
flighting.
have a grossly misunderstood version of what telemetry data is. You don't have a damn clue.
Yeah, I know for a fact it's not a straight line. I know that.
You don't know what telemetry data is. This is just taking.
It's
the
not this.
telemetry
This is
data
not telemetry data.
that
It's just
exists.
not.
This is taking the telemetry data, which is just a series of points.
Does everybody remember Labete Model Builder? Remember him? Remember his job was to track flight paths. When he was presenting his data, it's the squiggliest, most inconsistent path when you're actually tracking a flight. So these straight lines is not representing telemetry data. It's just not. Anyway, so the other argument is that there was no significant changes to the color of the sky as the sun is changing elevation angles for 25 hours. The sky remained the same pitch of blue for 25 hours straight.
Well, that's not true.
Yeah, it is. You just keep saying things aren't true. That's all you got.
So you're looking at the auto exposure Insta360 that auto adjusts exposure every second.
No, I'm looking at all your footages. All of them reflect the same color sky.
Which ones?
All of them.
Be specific.
That is very specific. Every single shot from the TFE experiment, they all reflect the same color sky, no matter what elevation angle the sun is. Have you thought about that?
Why don't you go grab some screenshots?
Yeah, I'm not asking the auto globers about this. I'm asking
thought
MC2.
about
So
how
please refrain.
auto exposure cameras work. Do you know how they work?
Oh, so you don't think the sky would change colors when the sun gets closer to the horizon? You don't think so?
I'm asking if you know how these cameras work, and you clearly don't.
I'm asking you a
It's over
question.
your head.
Are you listening? I asked you
Over your
something.
head.
Try to answer this
You're
time.
not. You're not smart enough to understand.
You're answering my question with a question, but I still want to know the answer to my question. Do you think that the elevation angle to the sun, the closer it gets to the horizon, that the sky would change colors? Do you agree?
The sky did change colors.
No, it did not. Oh, so you're just willing to lie. Okay, you're weird. Throughout the entire 25-hour sun footage, the sky does not change colors at all.
Okay, so what? It's fake. You're back to it being fake.
Yeah, so they're all
Yeah,
fake.
yeah.
TFE was all fake, right?
If that's all you got, if you can't address what I'm saying, and you want to jump to other conclusions, that just proves you don't know how to engage with what I'm saying.
Well, you're not providing evidence. You're just making a blanket statement.
Yeah, you've made an assertion. I don't need to do anything to refute your baseless assertion.
You don't need to do anything.
No,
that's funny.
That which is asserted without evidence is dismissed without evidence.
We will compare how the sky looks completely different with northern midnight sun footage compared to TFE footage and even other sun footage from Antarctica. You will notice in footage from TFE, the entire sky remains a bright blue color the entire time in all directions. In all other midnight sun videos, the sky changes color based on the sun's location and distance from the observer. A sky that always has the same hue and brightness to it has never been observed until TFE. Interesting, may I say, impossible? The physics of light attenuation and refraction through the atmosphere demands that the sun and sky should change color, whether you're at Union Glacier, Antarctica, or anywhere else in the world. Notice when the sun is visually lower in the sky, it and the entire sky changes color and brightness. In TFE's videos, when the sun appears to lower in rays, it and the sky remain the same color and brightness. Same story here. Light attenuation and refraction changes the hue and brightness of the sun and sky. No surprise here. This is how real footage looks.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. And, you know, the colors all look kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. You know, like, everything looks too crisp.
I'm showing this next clip from Geo again because him, along with many others, keep saying the same thing over and over, that the North and the South are identical when they're clearly not. The footage that I show after this is some that does look more, closely related to the South, but it still dims in the background, changes, the whole sky changes color, so it still isn't identical. And there's other anomalies with the people moving faster and all of that I brought up before, but I feel like this is a good video to add it into because it shows what he's talking about. I also think it's strange that Witsit hasn't released any of his own footage. He's only released Duffy's footage. I thought this whole time he's been uploading, downloading, doing all this stuff for 2 weeks. Editing is what I think he's actually been doing. Then he finally releases something that's from Duffy's camera. And why are there only fisheye lenses too?
Meaning when the sun starts going south of the equator, it's mirrored in the exact same way, in a symmetry to what it is in the north, which means it would end up at 24-hour sun in the south. What do you say about the hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on YouTube of Union Glacier from all kinds of different people? You would say those are all fake too?
Hundreds of thousands?
No, I said hundreds to thousands, because I've gone through 100, but there's probably way more than that. I'm just saying it might be upwards of 1,000, but there's tons of videos on, mostly in the last 5 or 10 years, but it's people vloggers and
the thing is, just because someone shows a picture, a quick video of sun doesn't mean that it's there for 24 hours,
Well, I found 24-hour sun footage.
Okay, how many of those did you find?
One, which has two. It's a 360 camera. It's on this video. It's a skydiving company. Only footage. I think it's the only that exists outside at Union Glacier, at least outside of what they just went and got now.
Up here, you'll see the people. I zoomed in on it so you can see how much faster they look like they're moving. The background, the color of the sky in the background on the Norway one on the left, does dim and look like a different shade of blue when the sun goes down. I also noticed that it was the transitions between the sun moving up and down were more gradual, versus the ones from Antarctica seem to be like moving up kind of rapidly and down rapidly. Let's see, the sun looks slightly brighter. It doesn't do the squishing thing when it goes down. It doesn't look like a pancake or like a football or whatever. The sun is bigger in size also. Oh, the video itself is longer by about 22 seconds. Other videos I've been looking at were longer by about 50 seconds of 24-hour time lapses.
Dude, you're kind of steamrolling the whole room at this point. You said your point. You said that the sky didn't change colors. If you have a couple examples, you can show them. I have the one from the skydiving company of the 24-hour sun, and it does show some change in the.
It's not TFE.
Sky when the sun southern region. If you want to pull up theirs, but it does seem like the air is very dry, that the sky may stay more consistent. You'd have to like show some examples, or we can move forward. I mean, there's not very many people that deny that they went. It's like you and QOP and like a few others. So I don't know if do we really want to just do this the whole time. It's not really like all of us at all that think this. You're kind of always flipping side stuff. So
changing its apparent elevation angle. Typically, the sky changes colors. It doesn't happen at all in your footage.
Where's your typical evidence? Because you're bringing just assertion that you can't back up.
Oh yeah, so you don't watch sunsets, so you don't know what
Listen,
sunsets
I do watch sunsets, but bring something to the table with the elevation angle that they're showing, and showing your video.
They brought it to the table. Okay, so you guys didn't watch the actual footage.
I watched it all, bro.
I watched it all live.
All right, then
you've provided nothing though, except
that the sky doesn't change color throughout the 25-hour sun footage.
What I watched.
Why would it?
What I watched was perfectly legitimate and looked perfectly logical to me. There was nothing about it that looked fake.
Wow, a glober that thinks that the globe is logical. How interesting.
Let me ask you this: if it was faked, are you asserting that it was done in a studio? What's your assertion?
I'm asserting that that's not what would happen if it really was the sun setting.
Okay, and that's based on what video evidence that you're going to provide and show us?
Literally every other fucking sunset that ever happened.
Show us a 24-hour sun in Antarctica where that looks dramatically different.
Why are you pretending the sky doesn't change color as the sun changes
color?
Because
you're not saying the sky doesn't change color.
You just said to show you another 24-hour sun in the south.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy what these people are saying.
Bro, globers are so
It's crazier hearing Geo fucking defend this garbage.
And see if you can see it as well. But there was no green screen prior to this, and it was not long after this click noise that we get the green screen. And we see some funny things happen when that click goes. Okay, first thing you're going to see is these mountains. They jump to the left as soon as the click happens. Then you see this glare come across his jacket as soon as the glare happens. And then when you look at the sun, you'll see the sun is sort of like appears in a position and then retracts back over to the right to where it ends up.
You can go to these two websites, or any website really, and check out the AI detection software or whatever. This first one, I uploaded the video from McKeegan's, the first one that was uploaded, and it took like 8 still shots or whatever. Came back as multiple fake indicators, shows you the image manipulation. That 39% of it is manipulated, so they probably use some fake, some real. Here's this footage, or this picture, coming back as being AI, or not, or maybe computer generated, not necessarily AI, but it's tampered with. But this is another one that's not matching up with the picture here. So here's another one that's like the little tents from Jaren's chest cam footage. Got quite a bit of Jaren's chest cam footage that's fake. Even this one with Witsit, his interview with Owen Benjamin.
You could see my breath like the entire freaking live stream with Owen Benjamin. And people were like...
He was on for less than 10 minutes and doesn't show his breath half the time.
And I understand why someone maybe wouldn't just believe that because you need to see yourself. Well, come down here, man. It's like $35K. I wouldn't have spent that. Hopefully it's not cloudy. We got like 7 or 8 cameras that filmed it around the clock. But once I started leading up to the trip, I could tell, like, wait a minute. Like,
now they're thinking about everyone they spiral.
What's all that?
And
What's all that right there?
Fuck, they have to just own that shit and just own it.
I don't want cussing. Look at all this. What's all that breath, bro? Hidden. It's a complete lie. Like it's like it. Why would a truther be doing this? Why would it?
For some, so maybe that breath that he's talking about was actually CGI breath. And I forget this guy's name, if that's McToon or whatever, but that came up also as modified. Here's the image of that looked like the sun was passing in front of one of the Glober's heads. I can't remember which one, but that also looked suspect to me. And I compared it to some other pictures of people with the sun like right near their head or in the picture, and it does look very different than how his looked. And you can see at the bottom that it says, you know, it's got the green, says there's nothing wrong with it. This picture says that it looks like it's, I don't know if it's blurry, at least the people are there, versus some of the other ones, the people aren't even there. I've had some comments about the last video, so I decided to do another video showing other videos from YouTube, saving it the same way that I saved the other ones, and the screenshots and everything, and uploading everything to the AI program, and just to see and to show my result. This next one is from the Arctic Midnight Sun and Horn Sun. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, it came up. I did it the same way with all of them. You pick out your screenshots from the video that you upload, and there's no issues on this one. It's yeah, and then the Midnight Sun in Norway comes up, and this one is also no issues except for the generative AI, which when I clicked on it, it said like 1% and 4% on two images or whatever. So that's, in my opinion, pretty negligible. I don't know, you can make up your own mind on that one. And then I had some comments about the 360 cameras, that they all will show up, you know, fraudulent or whatever, but here's one that doesn't. I got pictures from underwater and from the sun above, and it shows with nothing. There's nothing that comes up as a suspect thing. So, I mean, anybody can do this yourself. I mean, I'm not an expert, like I said in the last video. So, you know, anybody else wants to debunk it, go ahead and debunk it. I mean, this is just, I'm just showing what I'm seeing. So.